Good morning. Top of the Saturday morning. How is everybody doing out there? It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and y'all know, like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. How everybody doing this January 20? What's this? The 23rd Saturday. Everybody up? Like I said, like I always do. You gotta smack your face to wake up. Drink your cup of coffee. Do what you got to do to get in the spirits, because we got a big one today. This is going to be jam-packed. I'm going to just call this one attitude. This one here today is just full with attitude. Everybody's talking. Everybody's lively, from Gavin Newsom to DAs to border immigration to, of course, Donald Trump. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. I know I am. You know why? Because I woke up. And everything else after that is just a blessing. Even the problems. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. What we got on the board right now? Okay, the skies aren't so friendly. Trump ends refugee flights. That means that all flights that are coming into the United States that have refugees on them, they've been grounded. Sorry, that's what he did. That was one of the executive orders that he signed into policy that automatically took effect once he stroked the pen. We also have gold bar scams swindles woman out of $700,000 life savings. Yes, a woman was swindled out of $700K. I don't know how they did it. I know one thing, that's a lot of money. And if it would have happened to me, I don't know if I'd still be here talking to you guys this morning. Bottom line or nothing. I don't know, because 700K is still 700K at the end of the day. Then we also have an international theft ring that's targeting Bay Area Asian business owners. I kind of know a little bit about this, don't want to get too detailed, but from what I heard, a lot of Asians don't like using banks. And they basically leave a lot of money at home. And a lot of criminals know that, and they target them at home. So stuff like that is something that's kind of prevalent if you have any understanding of the Asian community, kind of like us. So you got, like I said, we got a full clip. We got a 12-pack. I want to let you guys see what's happening over here at this fish market in Newark, New Jersey, where they just made a big bust at, and they caught a whole bunch of illegal people working. Let's check that out and see what's going on. Top of the morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday morning. I know I am. Let's go.
The federal raid at Ocean Seafood Depot in Newark's Ironbound section caught its owner by surprise. He tells us agents asked for documentation for 3 workers and took them into custody when they couldn't provide it.
I feel that we have to be a country with law, but go after bad people, not working people. These are family people.
See, the thing about this is you can take this 2 ways. Yes, you feel a certain way about it. And not only that, I don't know if he's going to get in trouble for that, for hiring people that don't have documentation. Because most of the times when people hire people like that, they give them lower wages because they feel like the people can't report it. So he's not out of the woods all of the way. Why did you hire them when you could have probably hired somebody else? So yeah, he can get in trouble for that. It's illegal.
These are people that show up to work every day.
No word tonight from ICE or Homeland Security as to why these individuals were detained. But this has infuriated local officials. Newark Congresswoman LaMonica McIver in a statement tonight says she's reached out to the Department of Homeland Security to get answers on exactly what happened and how it was allowed that ICE came in without a warrant and without justification to detain not only immigrants but citizens and even a veteran of our nation's military.
Because again, like we said the other day on Bugatti View / The Bottom Line, just like if I would have been there, you are basically putting these people in harm's way by having them next to these people. If you're trying to hide somebody, you don't hide them where they're doing dirt at or where there's a bunch of people that's susceptible to being investigated. Hope you guys having a good morning. Let's go. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Newark's Mayor Ross Baraka says that veteran suffered the indignity of having the legitimacy of his military documentation questioned, calling it egregious and in violation of the Fourth Amendment. And he insists the proper warrant was not presented.
They can't go into private locations without a warrant that's been approved by a judge. So when the mayor says that this was without a warrant, That is a serious concern.
NYU law professor Ryan Goodman says ICE can detain people on a public sidewalk.
But if it's a private part of the business or it's the back rooms in the business where the workers are, they're not without a warrant.
New Jersey Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman also taking issue with the detention of the military vet here, slamming President Trump tonight and saying this is the reality of Trump's reign of terror, but it's not the America generations have fought for. Mayor Baraka says he'll have more to say about this at a press conference tomorrow, but that his city will not allow its citizens to be terrorized. Today's raid in Newark, just one of many across the country. The federal raid at Ocean Sea.
Just so you guys know, Newark, I looked it up. Newark is a sanctuary city, just like Chicago, just like San Diego, just like a lot of these sanctuary cities that feel as if they want to, they have a mission. Their plan is to, whatever the Republicans are trying to do, whatever Trump's trying to say, we're not trying to hear it. Even if it has to do with leaving illegals in the country, which isn't too smart, to be honest with you. I don't agree with that. I think that what they're doing is a little bit, they're probably being a little forceful with it. But again, they told you when they come to arrest people, they're not going to tell you when they're coming, and whoever gets caught up, which is called as a casualty. Yeah, you're a casualty or you're in the line of fire. You're susceptible to being in trouble and getting caught. Check this out. There's an international. Oh no, let's go to this one. The I-team investigates this Atlanta police chief. She retired before she was being fired. You guys ever know anything about that? You ever retire before you got fired to make sure that they don't get you first? So this is what the Atlanta police chief did. She had been on a number of like suspensions. She had already been, like, her badge has been taken away from her gun. She's been doing bad for a long time. So this last thing that she did basically was the final straw.
For the Atlanta VA Police Department has retired while under investigation. Police Chief Beverly Banks had been suspended with pay since May when the VA began investigating her department's troubled culture.
Then a recording emerged of Banks telling a staff meeting she no longer wanted to hire Black or Hispanic women, saying they come with, quote, a whole lot of attitude. The Fox 5 I-team broke the news of the investigation. Reporter Johnny Edwards is here now with the story on its conclusion. Johnny?
Russ and Courtney, that investigation included an allegation of sexual assault by Chief Banks' deputy chief. He faced no consequences from the VA because he retired in June. Well, now the ex-chief has retired too, and we're just learning tonight, according to the VA, she left because she was about to be fired.
The same thing that the other chief tried to do. As you can see, it's like constant. They keep on doing the same thing. Before they get caught, what they do, they quit. They don't want to get caught, so they quit. This is crazy. And it's a continued cycle. And had they not cracked down on it, they would have never been able to see what was going on. This is going on in Atlanta, y'all. A VA's police chief that retired before she was being fired. And the prior chief did it, the prior one did it. It's just janky everywhere. You gotta watch out for who we have in government and in law enforcement. So when people say it's like you can't trust anybody, the judges have to look at the police officers while they're in court, as well as the lawyers and the criminals to decide who's telling the truth. Not just one person. They got to look at everybody. Judges really have to judge.
I have been made to sound like I'm a beast. I'm just the worst beast ever.
That's the Atlanta VA Medical Center Police Department's former chief, Beverly Banks, this time last year, holding a department-wide meeting for officers to clear the air. This recording provided to the Fox 5 I-team by one of the participants.
We're trying to change. Are y'all gonna try and change?
But 4 months later, Chief Banks would lose her badge and gun and be suspended with pay. The Veterans Administration bringing in a national team to investigate, quote, unacceptable behavior, including allegations of sexual assault and harassment.
Yeah, they don't want to hear all that mammy talking and cursing and all of that stuff. Like, you at work, and then it's like you trying to act like you're over your position. And now they got you on tape doing it and saying racist stuff about her own people. What you think about that, guys? See how it happens? Your own people will try to hold you back from making progress. See that? I don't want to hire no Black people. You heard that? That's crazy.
And then this emerged.
I am to the point. I don't want to hire Black women no more. I'm to that point.
A recording of Banks in an earlier September 2023 command staff meeting provided to the I-team by an officer in attendance. With
how many other precincts or departments do you think stuff like this happens? This is just what we found out about. And this is like so third or fourth and fifth party. I'm getting this from the news. Imagine how many other police departments, police stations, or people in power that basically have done the same thing that she's doing.
Banks heard complaining about disputes between her officers.
I don't have no Hispanic women. Hell, I don't want them either. Because you know what comes with it? A whole lot of attitude, and I don't want it.
It's not clear what role, if any, that recording played in the VA's investigation. We know now that investigation is
With it, a whole lot of attitude.
with banks heard complaining about disputes between her officers.
I don't have no Hispanic women. Hell, I don't want them either. Because you know what comes with it? A whole lot of attitude, and I don't want it.
Oh,
It's not clear what role, if any, that recording played in the VA's investigation. We know now that investigation is over. The VA telling the Fox 5i team in a statement, Ms. Banks retired while under investigation, effective January 10th, explaining, once an individual leaves federal service, they are no longer an employee for which the agency has jurisdiction. She's the second person wrapped up in the VA's investigation to retire before it ended. We reached the former chief by phone and she told us no comment. But
yeah, no comment. She's trying to get up out of there. She wants to be, this is what they do. They leave so they can try to keep their retirement. They want to keep their pensions. If they can get away with it long enough, they'll be able to keep all of that stuff. So that's the reason why she just figured, you know what? Let me hit the bricks. And then within, what do they call that? The blue wall of silence. They look out for each other. You know, they look out for each other. So the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to tell her to sit back for like 3 or 4 months or whatever. Next thing you know, they're going to just go ahead and let her retire, and they're going to phase the whole situation out. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? Who we got in here? Who said what? No reply. So she is tired of sassy black women. That's diabolical. No reply said that's diabolical. Ain't that crazy? She tired of her own. How are you going to be tired of yourself? And that's something that I always wonder. Like, you know, every time, a lot of times when I'm talking to my sisters and I'm saying, hey sis, what's going on? Like, why you never with another girl? Well, I don't be hanging with females like that. Women be on some S. So I'm saying to myself, if women be on some S and y'all know that they be on that how y'all expect us to deal with them? And how you expect me to deal with you? They don't, because they don't think that way. Yes, you guys know what's going on. It's crazy. That's like when you said that's diabolical. That was spot on. That was the perfect word to use right there. Perfect word. Check out this right here. We got an international theft ring that's targeting Bay Area Asian owners. This is the one that I was telling you guys about, where it's basically like they know where the money at. They know that the Asian people don't trust banks and stuff like that. They keep that money in the closet. And guess what? They coming for that money. No pun intended. Check it out.
Santa Rosa police say they've arrested a group of Colombian nationals in connection to crimes targeting Asian business owners in at least 4 Bay Area cities. Investigators say the suspects relied on high-tech equipment to scope out their targets.
I'm talking about
Santa Rosa police say they've arrested a
high-tech.
group of Colombian nationals in connection to crimes targeting Asian business owners in at least 4 Bay Area cities. Investigators say the suspects relied on high-tech equipment to scope out their targets. ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone spoke with both police and the Santa Rosa mayor.
You're looking at grass and leaves covering trail cameras. Santa Rosa police believe.
So check this out. I don't know if you guys have like homes or if you have a house somewhere where there's a lot of vegetation or anything like that. If you you live by trees, y'all got to look at everything now. This is not just shrubbery and weeds right here. These are actual cameras, trail cameras that have been watching people go in and out of their homes to find out if you're home or not. So even though you may have a Ring camera, they got the Thing camera.
Believe that a South American theft group made up of Colombian nationals were using these for surveillance of Asian business owners who they later burglarized. You're looking
Their targets. ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone spoke with both police and the Santa Rosa mayor.
You're looking at grass and leaves covering trail cameras. Santa Rosa police believe that a South American theft group made up of Colombian nationals were using these for surveillance of Asian business owners who they later burglarized at home. At least some in the group were arrested last month and are still in jail.
We still haven't been able to positively ID all 5 of the suspects. They were found with numerous counterfeit identification documents to include Mexican passports, even though we believe they're from Colombia.
Police gave us these pictures showing the suspects disguised in work gear. They also recovered a FedEx shirt believed to have been used.
So now look, y'all. See, this is how they do it. You see this FedEx shirt right here? They'll have a package and they'll see if you home. Bing boom. And if you don't answer, they gonna do what they gotta do to get in the crib and take stuff. Or they're gonna plant that camera. So you gotta look out for everybody now. The FedEx man. And you couldn't tell that those guys weren't construction workers with what they had on. So this is why I'm saying, like, I don't know about everybody else, but if you're rocking with me over here under the sound of my voice at Bugatti View, y'all gotta watch out for this. Because look, these guys have on construction stuff. They going back to it, and you wouldn't be able to tell, no disrespect, because a lot of the Colombians and the Hispanic guys, they construction workers. So you're gonna be out there like, oh, they just working. Meanwhile, they working on ripping off somebody's crib.
These pictures showing the suspects disguised in work gear. They also recovered a FedEx.
And what's a funny giveaway was that harness that he had on seemed like it was brand new. But nobody's gonna think like that. Even this FedEx hat, it still got the label on it. I guess you guys can look out for little stuff like that. I see it right off the top. I don't know if somebody else is gonna see it in another state. I come from New York City. I gotta look out for stuff quick. So I caught a few things that I just saw just now. I saw that the hat still had the label on it. And then when I saw that vest that the other guy had on, he basically, like, he bought that yesterday, just got it off Temu.
Shirt believed to have been used as another disguise.
This group, what they will do is they will identify Asian business owners and then actually burglarize their homes.
Police say these crimes are not limited to Santa Rosa, but also San Rafael, Union City, and Vallejo. Santa Rosa Mayor Mark Stapp understands the suspects had technology like night vision goggles and 15 cell phones, but says the city has technology too.
The city instituted a real-time crime center just a couple of years ago. And with that, we've included automated license plate readers, which in this case allowed us to identify the suspects pretty quickly, identify their locations, and make arrests.
Over the course of about 14 months, our real-time crime center identified 11 victims in Santa Rosa of Asian descent. And our property crimes team right now is currently working to determine if this same group is responsible for any or all of those residential burglaries.
Hold on a minute, I gotta stop the cast. Somebody got a funny joke, and I gotta bring some light to it. Whoever said Kanye East is doing Kanye East is doing analysis. I love it. That's a good one right there. I love it. Kanye East is doing analysis. I love y'all, yo. Do me a favor. We got what? Got 207 people in the building. If you guys appreciate the content and the fact that I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning like a numbskull doing the bottom line to bring you guys good content, the way I love to do it, do me a favor and double tap that screen to let everybody know that we're here. Because what it does is it sends that algorithm out and it lets other people know that I'm working, and then it sends them over here, and then it gets more traffic and it runs the numbers up. Bottom line, I appreciate you guys for doing that. I don't like to stop the videos. The only time I stop them is when I ask this. Y'all can keep on with the jokes because I love them. As long as they cool and funny, I don't mind. That right there, that Kanye East, that's funny. Let's keep on going with this.
We asked the Sonoma County District Attorney's Office if these suspects would face jail time or deportation.
About 14 months, our real-time crime center identified 11 victims in Santa Rosa of Asian descent. And our property crimes team right now is currently working to determine if this same group is responsible for any or all of those residential burglaries.
We asked the Sonoma County District Attorney's Office if these suspects would face jail time or deportation, but haven't heard back as of this broadcast. Mayor Stapp is hopeful that these arrests send a message to would-be thieves.
We hope it tells them to stay away from Santa Rosa in particular and the North Bay more generally. Our community is roughly 5% Asian. and it's growing. And we have a lot of small business owners in particular who are Asian. So this is very concerning for the community.
If they're used to doing it in their own communities back home, it seems like something that they're doing anyway, and they're targeting where the money is at. It's just like they're smart. They're like, why would I go mess with them or real snob a bank when I can just wait for y'all to come home and just take your money? I mean, they it seems like they're methodical in what they're doing. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. Also, check this out. We got some executive orders that actually did pass. And this executive order, it cancels all U.S. bound flights with refugees on them. So yes, the other one from birthright citizenship, that one is being held back by a Seattle, I think, judge. But this one right here was actually able to hold true. And yes, U.S. bound flights that have refugees that were supposed to be coming, they can't come no more. Trump shut that down. So we got this for y'all right here.
Administration is making moves. It's tied to immigration. Our Ron Jones is here with more on another recently signed executive order. Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. So airline flights for refugees preparing to come to the United States have now been canceled. The State Department shared this update in a memo. So this decision is part of President Trump's immigration order and could impact around 10,000 people who already booked flights. Officials say no new travel plans will be allowed. The order says the United States cannot handle more immigrants right now. Under President Joe Biden, the U.S. had a cap of 125,000 refugee admissions per year.
They went way over that 125,000. They basically, like I thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'll keep on saying it. And everyone is like, kind of tight-lipped about it and don't really want to go into it because, just out of respect for the president. I just don't think that we had a good president, the last one that we had that was in office. Nowadays, we have to work with what we have, but when it's 100% intentional and you can tell with the pardons and with all of this other stuff that you did, I can't rock with you, Joe. Glad to see you go, Joe. Glad to see you go, Joe. How we doing up in here? We got Tiffany Henyard right now. She's held in contempt of court over not signing some businesses' liquor licenses. She's supposed to be, I think she's the mayor, Tiffany Henyard. And for some reason, I don't understand why all these sisters in office just keep on shaking the cage. Chill out. Y'all keep on doing stuff. You don't hear about other people like Hillary Clinton and all of these other people in office and starting and messing up. But what's going on? Tiffany, she's been held in contempt of court because she got mad with a business owner for trying to go on in a higher court. Y'all got to look at this because it's too ratchet for me to explain. That's how ratchet it is. But I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all think.
Developing tonight in the South suburbs, more controversy involving Tiffany Henyard.
The Dalton mayor held in contempt of court this morning in a case over liquor licenses. WGN's Jenna Barnes has the latest.
Well, the attorney for the owners of this restaurant here behind us say they believe Henyard didn't sign those liquor licenses for personal reasons, even though it was her job to do it. Their months-long fight came to a head this morning when a judge found Henyard in contempt. Attorneys for the owners of this 3-story restaurant and banquet hall, St. Patrick's, say the business will finally be able to open after a judge found Mayor and Liquor Control Commissioner Tiffany Henyard in contempt and forced her to sign the liquor licenses she'd...
Now, you don't look like no mayor. You look like you trying to be Beyonce or somebody. Come on. And you could tell it was personal. Then she got her homegirl in the back that she went to high school with as probably her assistant or whatever like that. Come on now, y'all dead wrong. One other thing that I like to lay focus on because I am a strong person in the word no is this. When you say no, you might be shutting down 5 or 10 families from eating. If you have the power to make a business that's legitimate go into effect or make opportunity for somebody else or for someone's family, don't think about just that person. Stop hating on people so much and just being like, oh, I don't like you, so I'm gonna say no. Or I don't want you to make money, so I'm gonna say no. You know how hard it is for some people sometimes just to get one little leg up? So don't look at the fact that you might not like that person or whatever like that, but I want you to see this business that we just passed. This business was 3 stories, and yes, I pay attention because that's what we're supposed to pay attention to. There's people here You know, they got to pay rent. Imagine how many people work here, how many people would like to go eat there, how many business meetings can be made here. It's like a hub for stuff. Like, so I just look at business different from people always saying no. I deal with a lot of artists all the time, and that's the reason why I don't deal with them anymore. Because when you try to bring them an opportunity, they look at the fact that they could be helping you instead of helping opportunities and making things happen. Oh, I'm not going to put you on because you might blow up out of the opportunity. You don't look at how much other opportunities could be there. The trucking, the shipping, the people that bring the food. Come on, you can't do stuff like that. And then you want to come to work looking like you hang out here. Maybe she got her own restaurant and she don't want this to be popping because she's not going to make a lot of money at her place, y'all.
Story Restaurant and Banquet Hall, St. Patrick's, say the business will finally be able to open after a judge found Mayor and Liquor Control Commissioner Tiffany Henyard in contempt and forced her to sign the liquor licenses she'd allegedly been stonewalling for months.
It's been a challenge, to put it mildly, but it's really shouldn't be so difficult. This is an ordinary event to get liquor licenses issued.
Attorney Adrian Vukovich sued on behalf of the restaurant's owners back in August. He says Henyard repeatedly promised to issue the licenses the village board already approved, but she didn't. She made that promise again in open court on Wednesday, and when those licenses still weren't signed Thursday, all parties were back in court for a hearing Friday morning, Henyard showing up half an hour late.
The judge asked the mayor, will you sign these licenses?
Why is she still the mayor? Like, why is she still the mayor? And she's not only just the mayor, but she's the mayor for like 2 different states, 2 different places. Again, I ask you to speak on the U.S. citizens being detained by ICE. What is that? What does it say? This looks like it's a riverfront. Whatever it is, it's a business and a lot of people can benefit from it. How many people can afford to eat there or have the ability to do business? The people that work there. And like when I said, they can basically go there to have meetings and stuff. Let's go to St. Patrick's for dinner. That's helping business. The server, the people that's cleaning up. That's what I'm talking about. The people in the parking lot. The workers at St. Patrick's are benefiting, is what I'm talking about.
Asked the mayor, will you sign these licenses? And instead of signing them or answering the judge directly, she, began talking in circles. And so that's when the judge made one determination of what's called indirect criminal contempt.
Meaning the judge found her disrespectful to the court's authority. Henyard signed 2 of the 3 licenses under threat of another finding of contempt.
It's serious. It's not something that anybody should want to happen, let alone a public official.
It's up to the judge to determine what punishment Henyard could face. The restaurant owners are still pursuing that 3rd liquor license. They're also pursuing sanctions and damages.
So now, because it's the mayor, she can be sued, and those taxpayers of that state are going to have to pay for that. And that seems like it doesn't make sense when it's a situation over her attitude and being personal, and like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know about you guys, what you guys think about that? Any opinion at all on the way that she handled that and the way she went about it? No, Tiffany Henyard lost her job as Thornton Township Supervisor. She is still mayor, though. That's crazy. That's crazy. So entitled to be a victim. Who's that so entitled to be a victim? Yeah, I've been there. It's a good spot. See, somebody might even know. Thornton, no, Thomas Weisskopf. Again, oh, come on, man. We get into that. We're going to get to it. I got that up here, Thornton. I got you. I'm going to do that. But right now, we got to talk about Gavin Newsom when he met with Trump, and he wanted to make sure that they were face-to-face in Los Angeles airport for the wildfire visit. I have my own opinion on what was said through the back and forth when they met up. You guys tell me what you think. I kind of feel like Gavin was trying to show face and trying to do all of this on camera. But Trump was over there just like, man, keep on playing. I'm gonna get you, homie. I'm gonna let y'all determine what you think. What you think how this interaction went. And I'm not gonna kill your ears. I know we're not gonna be able to hear any talking or anything. So I just want you guys to look at what I'm talking about, because everyone is talking about this interaction, how they're saying that he was being forceful to Trump and being like stern. I could see how it's depicted. He's trying to keep his hand, but look, Trump's still like, yeah, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's good. And then he's over there like, I don't like the way you've been talking about me. Got me looking crazy out here, blaming me for all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And then Ivanka's like, yeah, how you doing, Gavin? Ivanka look like she's just ready to go. Every time, she just be having on the right outfit every time now. Like, it's crazy. Hold on a minute. Let's see what they talk about. Let's go. Let's see if we can hear it.
North Carolina, a little while ago, we have that in very good shape. We have the congressman in charge and Michael Watley, and we're going to do a lot of work. We have the Army Corps of Engineers working as they are here. And I think you're going to see some very big progress. They left them high and dry. And now we're going to be taking a little tour with some of the people from the area. I appreciate the governor coming.
Now, like you guys, I really appreciate how many people we got in the building. We got 457 people in the building. Can we get those likes up? Let's double tap if you guys appreciate the content. Let's do that. Let's get them likes up to at least 80 so we don't got to stop the video no more and we can keep on rolling. What you said, Ivanka is in go mode with her outfits now. Ha, looking like Sarah Connors. I don't want to stop the video no more, guys. I'm over here waiting for you guys to do the double taps on the screen, which sends the likes up and let everybody know what we're doing. Oh, I'm bugging. I'm definitely bugging. I'm saying the wrong name. Thank you. I said the wrong name. Let me fix that. I got to go up here and thank this person. I have to thank Craig Young because I'm over here saying Ivanka, who's his daughter, and that's Melania. So thank you. I appreciate you, Craig, for fixing that. I appreciate you. Craig Young is paying attention. Appreciate Craig Young for thank you for that. And see, I don't mind people correcting me. I like it because now I know what the hell I'm talking about. And it's like, I done did that 2 times. Yesterday I was saying Melania, and then they're like, why are you saying it like that? You should be saying Melania. Okay, so don't forget, Bugatti, from now on, the proper pronunciations and how to say people's names. I got y'all. Y'all right. You're right. I appreciate you, Craig. No doubt. I live in New York, so my thoughts on 9/11 are very deep. It was a day of it was mass destruction and terror. We all were hurt. I will never be able to tell you that feeling. I was on my way to work because I was so conditioned to work. Then when the buildings hit, I actually didn't even know. I'm walking and I'm going on a train, and I was working on 34th Street at Academics at that time, Academics Clothing Company. And right across the street is the Empire State Building. So what the police did was shut down the entire 34th Street because there was a warning that there was a possibility that they were going to strike the Empire State Building. So the entire 34th Street had to be evacuated. That's what I was doing on 9/11. And just can't even tell you the pain and the frustration and everything that we felt that day. And I will can never feel that much separation, that much, but people were together. I have to say at the end of it, when we had to walk all the way from 34th Street all the way home because the trains were shut down, that was a sense of communion. There were people driving, picking up people on the side of the street. And then, at this time, I got to be honest, Rudy Giuliani really did step up. And he was like America's mayor at that time. It's so sad of what he's become at this time. Not trying to say nothing negative, but I do see age catching up and a lot of quirkiness going on. I'm just going to say that before his people that like him start tearing me up. But that's what I feel about that, guys. That's what I feel about it. And I'm just glad right now. I also just want to say this last part. I was not really for Trump before, but at this point in what the world is going through, I'm willing to give him a shot because a lot of things that he's saying is stuff that we really need done for us and that can really help our country. And if he keeps on moving in the way where he's listening to the country and then acting on it, I can't do nothing but appreciate that. And hopefully, and the people that are hurting, that are peed off about him being president, can get some sort of comfort out of a few things that he's doing. Because I can automatically tell you that I know some of the people that don't like Trump are on TikTok. But the fact that he's helping TikTok, you can appreciate stuff like that. I'm hoping that people can at least appreciate small things and things that benefit them, because it does help us out.
Coming out and meeting me, Kevin. Thank you very much. And we'll be talking a little bit. We want to get it fixed. We want to get the problem fixed. And there'll be some ways, but it's like you got hit by a bomb, right?
Yeah.
Like you got hit by a bomb. Would you like to say something?
Most importantly, thank you for being here. It means a great deal to all of us, not just the folks in Palisades, the folks in Altadena that were devastated. We're going to need your support. We're going to need your help. You were there for us during COVID. I don't forget that. And I have all the expectations that we'll be able to work together to get this speedy recovery.
We will. We're going to get it done. Tremendous numbers of lives have been affected. A lot of real estate's been affected. Nobody's ever probably seen anything like this. You can almost say since the Second World War, when you think of it. I mean, nothing like this has happened. And we're going to get it fixed, so we'll get it permanently fixed, so it can't happen again. And again, we'll be talking a little bit later, and we'll get it worked out, okay?
I appreciate it, Mr. President.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Both of you have disagreed a lot over the past week over what has happened in this state. How do you plan
You got to put that to the side. Yeah, we got to put that to the side.
Completed. And the way you get it completed is to work together.
Right.
He's the governor of the state.
Right.
And we're going to get it completed. They're going to need a lot of help.
You see how some people are just try to do it right on the spot? And look at Sarah Connor right there. Someone called Melania Sarah Connor after that lady gave that comment. You see how Sarah Connor stepped in and was like, do we have a problem? Yo, watch her head turn to the left like, do we have a problem?
You have disagreed a lot over the past week over what has happened in this state. How do you plan to?
We got to get it
stepped up.
We're looking to get something completed. And the way you get it completed is to work together. He's the governor of the state.
Come on now, what first lady has ever dressed like that? Be honest with you. What first lady has ever dressed like this? Like, come on.
And we're going to get it completed. They're going to need a lot of federal help. Unless you don't need any, which should be okay.
We're going to need a lot of federal help.
So we're going to take care of things. Okay?
So I'm glad he was able to shift on that. Hopefully he's being a bigger man like we hope, because that's what a president should do. Even take care of the people that don't like him. I was not trying to just shed light on her outfit and that aspect, because there is a lot of sensitive issues and a lot of things and topics that are going on in California which do need to be paid attention to. I was just making a little joke. So whoever's in the comments, don't tear me up for that. Also, I love the way that it's like at the end of it, it's like we can't even talk bad about each other anymore, because we already cleared this up on the news, and it's already cleared. So hopefully we start to see a lot of things happen. As of yesterday, Donald Trump came on and they were having a sit down, and he also said that all of the federal permits and federal licenses that they would normally have to go through, they're waiving all of them. They're going right to cleaning up and immediate building. That just made me feel so good. Also, any of you guys who know his history, he's good with building and bringing things back up as far as houses and properties and things of that nature. He's already saying that there's a lot of companies that's interested in doing the rebuilding. So hopefully, California gets back and they get stronger as they were. The only thing is they'll never be able to get all of the properties and maybe the memorabilia, the photos and stuff like that. You're definitely not going to get back all of the losses of life. But we're just hoping that people can at least have a home to go back to, somewhere safe to raise their families, bring the churches back, Let's get those schools working. Let's get the community functioning again so people can start to be healthy and start to, build in the community in many different ways. That's what we hoping. And I'm going to say that like a prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. And hopefully if you guys are under the sound of my voice and you're feeling the same way, that's how we're going to come together with communion. Like I always say, whether you're Democrat, independent, or Republican, we're still human beings and we deserve to live in a good way and we deserve to be healthy. That's how I'm looking at stuff now. And don't forget, he almost got shot. So he could be like, you know what? And he said it. Maybe he spared my life so I could do this. So I got to give him props right now until he messed up and he's listening. What we got going on over here? Now, we're going to get you out of here. Let me see who you talking to, though. Matter of fact, no, you could do that. I don't care. Let's see. I'm going to let y'all act up if you want to. Bro got them moves as well. Shanna, thank you. The real question is, where is Melania? Hasn't been seen publicly in months. Foul play. That's what Sean Murphy said. Jay Glover said, it is facts. Sarah, them moves around a bit and then vanishes as if it couldn't detect who saw it. I don't know what y'all talking about. He's absolutely wrong. Trump did say that, but he was corrected during the interview. He was informed that there would be years of cleanup due to the chemical contamination throughout the entire area. See, I can take that. This is what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, let me explain something to you. I'm like castor oil. It tastes nasty, but it's good to you. The way he gave that message might sound stern to somebody else, but not to me, because he made his point and he might be right. It's something that I don't know about and it makes sense. Even if you want to get in there and do things in a fast way, you probably can't because you have to treat the area. And let's get to his name. Edward said he's absolutely wrong. Trump did say that, but he was corrected during the interview. He was informed that there would be years of cleanup due to the chemical contamination throughout the entire area. And guess what? You sound right about that. I believe you. I believe you. And then Lisa Ann said, why are we wasting money on immigrants? We have our own problems. I said that yesterday, Lisa. We could have probably knocked out 70% of our homeless and veteran homeless population, and as well as medical with all of the monetary that was being given to immigrants. Why don't we keep our money for ourselves instead of worrying about Ukraine and all these other places? We would be straight. How we got so much? This is how my mother would say it. How you got so much money for everybody else, but you ain't got none for yourself? Where we at with those likes? We gonna keep it going. 62, we looking real poor with 308 people in the building. So we gonna ask you guys to double tap. We got more. The clip is still, I still got more. I do like this. I go up and I go down. I go up, I go down. And the comedy's coming. Woo, this funny one that I got coming up about Spirit. Matter of fact, it's coming up. It's coming up real close, y'all. So next thing we doing is these. But what I'm going to ask you guys to do is get those likes up. I really appreciate it. I'm always comfortable with 80 likes. At least 80 likes or better. We have 63 right now. So I'm going to ask you guys, I need 17 more people to double tap the screen. You don't even have to get off the live. I'm going to turn around and play the rest of this. But do me a favor, you guys. If you appreciate the content, now we up at 6 o'clock in the morning. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is double tap the screen. No fan on. Ain't got no water. But I'm in here and I'm doing it. We got you. We got you. Come on, y'all. Let's do this as a team. All right, that's good. 73 is good. That lets me know that other people are going to knock out that 7. Let's finish this off.
I have all the confidence in the world we'll work that out.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I guess some of you are coming with us, and some of you not. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll see you.
And yeah, like I said, hopefully they do get around, not get around, but they work through the proper process of cleanup, air, chemicals, so that they can build fast enough and get everybody back to where they need to be. I'm gonna put it like that. And thanks for the corrections. And back to New York City, because the MTA, what was this, Monday, they announced that they were putting spike strips on the turnstile to prevent people from hopping the train. Like I told you, New York City is the most expensive transit system in the world. The reason is because we're at $2.90. They won't put the other 10 cents there because think about it. You'll look really bad if it just says bottom line $3. So what do? They get congestion pricing, they get all this other stuff, and they make excuses of why they need to take this money from the citizens. Then they do stupid stuff because they have no knowledge of where they're at and what they're doing. A lot of people that are in government in other places have migrated into the city. They don't know what's going on. And if you look at it, Kathy Jokum Holcomb, doesn't know her ass from her elbow. So for her to try to enact things, it's just like a dog chasing his tail. So in the spirit of a dog chasing his tail, like I told you guys earlier in the week, the barriers will not work. They didn't have any spikes on the top. They were just ridges, just like this. Not only that, you could actually put your fingers inside the barrier and use it to jump over. I said this last week, earlier in the week, my bad, this week. Nobody wanted to believe me, but check this out. Because the MTA's new subway spikes, they failed to deter turnstile jumpers at New York City stations. Wow, how'd they do that? Because she don't know what she's doing, and she should not be the governor. Now, as we look here, MTA's new subway spikes fail to deter turnstile jumpers at New York City station. What we have here in the photo is something that you always have been getting promoted. The gentleman there jumping the turnstile, ever so fashionably wearing the Home Depot do-it-yourself jacket. These are said spikes on the top, which he actually used to jump over. And as you can see, there is nothing to deter you from walking any kind of way, going under or jumping over. Just these silly spikes over here that they're talking about. These are the silly groove hand spikes right there that they're talking about, guys, that they installed, that they were able to inflate the prices of stuff in order to try to say, oh, this is what we're using the congestive pricing for a stupid piece of metal that they added to the turnstile that's actually helping people jump over. So my question is, why don't they just go ahead and sharpen those spikes up there? They're scared to get lawsuits. What about that? Stupid. It's stupid. Could you imagine how much they paid to put that thing over there? Because the contractor, this is what happens. They say, hey, we're going to put in a bid and see who's going to come in with the lowest price. We want to add these spikes to the turnstile. And whoever comes in with the best price, we're going to let y'all do it. So somebody probably got $150,000 or $250,000 just to put this stupid piece of metal on the side of the turnstile. How about we do this? Since we all see what's going on, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to just try to say it as clean as possible. How about we might get in trouble for this. How about we electrify the bar, right? Make this electrified, right? And the only way the electricity go off is if you pay your fare. Because could you imagine right now if that bar was electrified and he wasn't paying his fare, what he'd be thinking about right now? Oh! He would be on fire right now, boy. So these are the stupid spikes. I don't know if you guys saw it. They're grooves in a piece of metal. Just grooves in a piece of metal. And again, I'm just thinking like this. Like, all you gotta really do, you got some gloves on, you like this. Whoop. Shoopy, you out of there. So
There is a downtown express 4 train to Crown Heights Utica Avenue. While you consider and escalate.
another thing too, you only see like the police at like main stations. You don't really see them at where the fiends be at. Like you see them at like 42nd Street, 34th. You don't see them at like main stations and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Some type of grooves in the metal. What do you guys think they are? Let me see. A solid border will actually solve nothing. AC, not DC, so it doesn't kill you. You funny. I like that. Somebody tried to expound on my idea. He said we're going to use AC current instead of DC, so it doesn't. I like that. If they electrified, they would be sued. I know. I was just playing. Just thought I'd give you guys the joke at the same time. Let me see. Spooky Tooth. The big problem is not the border, it's the overstay. Legal that are the real problem. Border crossings right now is very low, the lowest in years. Yeah, because they're already here. Chad Free, you like that. You thought that was funny, right? Good idea, right? I told you that's a good idea. Abe Swavey, it makes it easier because now they can't see me hot. Abe, what's good? How you doing, fam? Hope everybody good in here today. Let me see, Lisa Ann, that's low for the political crime families. Yeah, y'all. It's crazy out here right now. Put boogers instead of spikes. Yo, Toyota's bugging right now. Tom Lingle, there's a roach on your wall. Ain't no roach on my wall. Not in here. Those are holes. I used to have a it's actually behind the TV. What you call it? A projector. And I had like a hook up there. So that's those holes. And then over there, those two right there, there's that's where it was like on a shelf. I'm too clean for roaches. I live in the hood, but ain't no roaches up in here, fam. Trust me. But that was a good one because you got me to pay attention to nonsense. Try to throw me off my hustle. But I like the fact that you guys see where I was going. What are those? Those are not even spikes. But I think that other comment was good. Instead of using DC, we're going to use AC so that we don't electrocute them to death. Check this out. This is a sad one because this lady lost $700,000 in a gold bar scam. And I'm telling you, a lot of these scammers are getting really good nowadays. I'm talking about, they almost caught me the other day talking about, I forgot what it was. It was something. Oh, $500 has been, your bank has put $500 on hold that's supposed to be going to be paid to some payment or whatever like that. I'm like, what? I don't got no $500 payment going nowhere. I went to the bank and I showed them the phone. They was like, no, that wasn't us. Look at this right here. And it said info@chase.com, gmail.com. So they basically tried to make the email address look like it was a Chase email address. And not only that, imagine if I would have responded to them and gave them all of my money, like what this lady did with this $700,000, I would have been messed up. So be careful out there, y'all. They really good nowadays. They're really good. They'll scam you. You won't even know.
There's a new scam circulating that is worth its weight in gold. Victims are being convinced they have to back up their bank accounts with the precious metal, and the scammers are tricking victims into going and buying gold bars and then picking the gold up at their front door.
And this is happening everywhere, as you'd imagine, across the country. 7 on your sides, Nina Pineda here with the warning.
This is so scary. And this is an active law enforcement investigation. Yeah. They are looking for suspects in this grand larceny, and police are saying these relentless criminals hooked a Queens woman into sending them her life savings. What's scary, guys, is this started in cyberspace and then jumped to the sidewalk. Ooh. And by the time she realized it was a scam, they had cleaned her out. Have you heard about this scam?
I read it in the People.
Store owner Aziz Amin says he only heard about the gold bar scam, making headlines across the country months after he sold 24-karat gold bars and coins to a Forest Hills wife and mother. How much did you end up sending these scammers?
$700,000.
$700,000
total.
Eva Rothman was warned to keep what she was doing a secret.
This is Deputy Officer John from the Federal Trade Commission Department.
She was convinced by this imposter, pretending to work for the government, that her bank accounts were hacked and that she was being watched.
Well, they were saying that I was under surveillance and that I could go to jail if I told anybody. And I can't even tell my own family that lives with me because they would be taken into custody.
They would be taken into custody? Over 2 months of emails, phone calls, and texts, Mrs. Rothman was manipulated. First into draining her checking account, instructed to place $20,000 cash in a shoebox, go outside to the street, and wait.
I brought the money down, the box down, the car pulled up.
You place it in the backseat?
Yeah.
But it would get much, much worse. The fake agent would then control her into cashing out a recent inheritance. Eva was then told to come here to Jackson Heights to a specific store and buy gold bars. She did this 3 times. In the space of 1 week, she would take a taxi, go up to the shop, purchase gold bars and gold coins.
I asked her, I said, what are you going to do with all this gold? She said, I want to give it to my daughter.
The first purchase, May 15th, was $123,000, then $249,000. 10 10-ounce 24-karat bars a day later went up to $305,000. The grand total with the shoebox, $20K in cash, $698,355.
They even asked me to take pictures of it and just bring it downstairs and put it in the car.
If it can happen to my family, it can happen to anybody.
Ava's nephew, Lyle Rothman, the rabbi of Community Synagogue in Port Washington, wanted to warn others that his aunt got wiped out.
$20,000 is a lot of money. $700,000 is unthinkable. There's not a cent left.
I would say, would you do this to your mother? I just can't understand why people do these things. They don't have a heart. They're not human. And it's terrible.
They need to do a GoFundMe for this lady, man. Like, people have no heart. Like, this is this lady's entire like everything that she has. This is crazy.
And we do have an update. This also happened in Long Island because we understand now the Nassau County DA has made an arrest of an alleged gold bar courier. He is in jail. This was another case involving the exact same.
Can't they track those gold bars? There must be serial numbers on them, right?
There are serial numbers, but you can just melt them down.
Yeah,
And then her screen froze and it said, call a number. So she called the number, started speaking with someone. They convinced her bank account was hacked. Then they sent an email with a link to say, click on it so that we can, fix this for her. That put malware on her phone. The NYPD confirmed this. They had remote access to her computer.
Oh my God.
Then they hooked her in using scare tactics. Someone's in your bank account.
So when did she realize she was officially scammed?
When she didn't get the check in the mail to back up all this gold. So what was happening, each time she sent the gold, she was sent a fake receipt from the scammers. We even have the receipts. Take a look at this. They look like they're from the US Treasury. Okay, it says very official looking. They use the seal, but look at this. That is the director. The Treasury Department has a secretary. It says Director Joseph Liu. He was a director under the Obama administration. This just happened this year.
Yeah, it's so sophisticated.
Yeah,
though.
it really is.
You're right. If you look for these little clues, you can see little mess ups, but most people are not going to dive into that.
No.
See, yeah, you gotta look for the little stuff, man. Like one time back in the day, they sent me a check. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go cash this check. I took the check to the bank. They was like, this ain't even a real check. I'm like, what? And then you gotta think about it. What are they sending you a check for? Just to scam you and tell you they'll send you a check and then it'll have more money on it. Then they'll say, give them some of the money. She will probably get her money back, Lisa Ann said. Hello from Nassau. What's up, Tom OB? What's going on? Annette from California said it's plated. Joe Dirt, 10,000 Marines on the southern border as well so far. What they doing over there? They protecting? They're trying to make sure that nobody, illegals get across? Bumblebee, that's the name of my motorcycle. Trust no one, remember that. Spooky Tooth, buy Trump gold bars. I didn't even know that Trump had gold bars because somebody said it. A lot of these gold bars, what's good? What's good, everybody? A lot of these gold bars are filled with other stuff and they're not even really gold bars. But man, that's a lot of money, $700,000. And they told her not to contact her family or anybody. That was an immediate setup. Guys, if you like the content, like I said, do me a favor, double tap the screen and let everybody know that we're in here because I got another one coming up right now. I got 2 Washington County spas that were raided and 5 people were arrested. And guess who was up in those spas and what they was doing in those spas, y'all? Y'all gonna see the ladies coming out like, me love you long time. Oh, no offense anybody, but yeah. Y'all about to see this right here. Let me know what y'all think about this. Hey, people got to get their money, man. They going back to the old ways of getting their money. If it was okay back in the Western days, I guess they like, hey, why can't we do it nowadays? So hey, check this out. 2 Washington County spas raided in 5.
First tonight and only on KDKA, employees of 2 local spas under arrest after a raid by police and Homeland Security. Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ken Rice. Police say the arrests come after a lengthy investigation into the 2 spas in North Strabane, Washington County. KDK's Ricky Sayer was the only reporter on the scene of those raids. He's live now with reaction from the community. Ricky.
Police say today's raids are the result of a lengthy investigation. Officers were still on scene when we arrived here at Jan Spa at 4:30 this afternoon, and as we soon discovered, this is only one of 2 local spas that will be closed indefinitely. Multiple women are in custody after police raided 2 spas in North Strabane Township.
It's sickening. It really is.
Melinda Ferrante was driving by Gin Spa when she saw the swarm of police.
I said to my son that this, I think, was a state, it was like an Operation Saints thing, and he asked me what that meant, and I said it was a sex raid.
North Strabane Township police executed search warrants at Gin Spa and Jan Spa Thursday. Investigators say they confirmed reports of criminal activity at both. Police tell KDKA they are investigating them for possible prostitution.
I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, you hear about spas like that, but you don't expect it to be right there.
What I worry about is, was it young girls? Was it girls being, coerced to do this? Or was it willingly these women doing this?
Police arrested 5 employees. They tell us that spas have operated near a school.
Awful, awful, disgusting.
Ferrante hopes they weren't trying to coerce kids.
Something needs to be done, because this is going on. I know it happened in Bridgeville. I know it happened in Mount Oliver a while ago. It's just going on way too much anymore.
She's hoping.
I know y'all thinking right now, like, where? Don't be asking for the addresses, y'all, where this is happening at. Stop it, y'all. Don't be saying, where's that at? Where is that at again? Y'all think y'all slick in these comments. Toyota said the crypto scam is just as bad. Yep. Rourke said you got to x-ray the gold that you check. Rourke, you're totally right, because in the middle, it'll be hollow. Or guess what? It'll be another element. It won't even be gold in the middle. It might be brass covered with gold. Because people can, what do they call it? When they make their own gold, people can do that. They do it all the time. Banks retract funds in fraud cases. Yeah, but if the money's already gone and she got it out in gold, how they gonna get that money back, Lisa? They got the money in gold, not how they gonna get the it ain't about the money, it's about the gold. The guy that she bought it from, he did legit business. He was a jeweler. Toyota, no offense taken. I don't know if you're talking to me. TBE to Cal, it's criminal, but no fraud. She might have to go to court to get her money back. How's she gonna get her money back? Mary Moore said it's brilliant. When our money is useless, billionaires' buying power becomes unbelievable. They were actually forcing themselves on men who actually wanted massages. That's about that happy ending, right? That's the happy ending when you go get a massage and they say, hey, you like eating happy ending? And you're looking at them like, what's a happy ending? Oh, you talking about that. Then they get the towel and all of a sudden, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Hoping the charges stick.
It ruins families, is what it does. You got these customers that come in, they could have families at home, and then it's all going to get brought out, and it's just going to destroy so many lives and families right now.
And we got a lot of local
Here's
stuff.
how
We
I
have
made
a lot of
almost
local
three.
stuff going on because people are and until the a lot more security measures are put in, until the police force starts to secure things, you're going to see this. But it's starting to dwindle a little bit because they see that Trump is in office and people are not going to be so light on offenders. So nowadays it's not, people just out there committing crimes. You better be careful because even the police are getting more, are going to be getting more funding. They're getting more funding, and they're going to be a little lighter on them, which is not good. I'm gonna say that on my behalf, because sometimes the police overdo it. They come to neighborhoods after the fact, running around like Keystone cops, arresting the wrong people, asking stupid questions. So a lot of the stuff that they are planning on doing, I hope that it doesn't have to do with, arresting the wrong people, pulling people over and searching people, when it's uncalled for. So that part I do not agree with. But more coverage and police presence in certain neighborhoods that are high crime, I'm all for that, because when the cat's away, the mice will play. If you don't have people being watched and they're in these neighborhoods, they're going to do certain things that are not cool. Similar to these two guys right here that are stealing ATMs with chains in Philadelphia.
Where thieves left a trail of destruction and a smash. Quite the scene in Hunting Park, where thieves left a trail of destruction and a smash and grab. Two suspects ripped an entire ATM from inside of a restaurant, leaving parts of it in the middle of the street. Action News reporter Brianna Smith live from police headquarters with more on how they pulled off this destructive crime. Brianna.
Rick, Philadelphia police say the suspects acted boldly and quickly by stealing an entire ATM from the Chinese restaurant by dragging it out of the store with chains. Now, there were a few employees inside at the time, but thankfully, no one was hurt. Several pieces of the ATM remained on the 4300 block of North 8th Street in Hunting Park after Philadelphia police say two men stole the machine from the Lucky Garden Chinese restaurant Thursday evening.
That's a very hot spot, that corner. There's a lot of things that happen there, so I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that they got away with it.
Police say the crime was caught on camera. They say the suspects, dressed in black and masks, went into the restaurant and wrapped a chain around the ATM, which was secured to the floor with cables.
They went outside, hooked the chain to the back of a minivan. One of the males got in the minivan while the other one held the door open to the Chinese takeout and were able to pull the ATM.
Police say when the machine was outside, the suspects worked together to put it in the vehicle and drove south on 8th Street.
It appears that these two perpetrators knew exactly what they were doing because they got the job done very quickly.
The restaurant owner says there was about $2,000 in the ATM. Police interviewed the employees and collected parts of the machine from the scene.
Okay, and I just want to say that they lied right there, and I got to keep it 100 with you because I used to do ATMs all the time, and most ATMs are $1,000 max. I know what they was trying to. You see, everybody got to try to put a little bit of cheese on top of the burger. I caught that last part. And if anyone is smart when they get down to the courthouses, if anybody ever worked with a vendor or something like that, they're gonna be like, hold on a minute. The limit in the ATM is $1,000. When it's 20s, and then when it's 10s, it's even less. So it depends on the denominations that you're putting in there. Some ATMs accept $5. I mean, they actually put out $5 bills. Some of them do $10 bills, but the majority of them are like $20 bill ATMs. And basically, yeah, they only fit $1,000 in there. So that $2,000 that y'all said, somebody that doesn't know, have knowledge of ATMs, that would work. Person like me, it's not gonna work. So now, this is one of the funniest stories that I have come up with, that I thought about. It's not too humorous, but I know the backstory about the story that's coming up. And I have to say, you guys might beat me up for this, but I'm gonna take the punches. When I go to the airport, I'm very respectful. Sometimes I might wear a collar shirt. Sometimes I might wear, let's say, a suit. There's been times where if you go to the airport, you're not even gonna believe this. If you go to the airport and you're dressed like business casual and they say, hey, the flight's been, overbooked, they might even put you in first class because you're dressed that way. If you talk a certain way, you might even get bumped. Believe it or not, it actually can happen because it just does. You also can get 86th nowadays, depending on what you're wearing, especially if it's on Spirit Airlines. And I kind of believe in that because I think that people come to the airport with their pajamas on. I've seen women with slippers on. I've seen guys with some crazy looking shorts on that look like they are Three's Company, Jack Tripper shorts all the way up on they scooted up in they whatever. I've seen women almost half naked, not even, whatever with that. You guys can take that how you want. And then the one thing that I really do not like is the bonnets. I can't stand to see a bonnet in the airport because you're already calling yourself out. What are you doing with a bonnet on in the airport? You guys ever been to the airport and seen somebody with a bonnet on? What y'all think about that? So I think Spirit Airlines, if you think about it, the soul plane of airlines, they tie the bonnets too. So now they're restricting and they have changed their dress code. They're no longer accepting certain types of clothing. So check this out.
Spirit Airlines will now do more than just check your boarding pass. The airline is making changes to its dress code, and passengers who don't follow it will not be allowed to fly. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is live at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport with more details about this. Anna.
Well, Jim, Spirit Airlines is cracking down on anyone who's showing up to their flights scantily clad. If you're dressed in something that the airline deems to be inappropriate, you may be kicked off your flight. Spirit Airlines is taking off with an...
Can you imagine getting kicked off of Spirit? That's rubber band airlines, literally. Imagine getting kicked off of Spirit.
updated policy for passengers, and it's all about what you're wearing. A lot of times when you're going to fly, you just throw on whatever that you could find that's easy, right? Well, if you're flying Spirit, you want to make sure that you are covered up. They have changed their policy when it comes to what you can wear on the flight. So if you want to wear a crop top, that is not going to fly anymore. Got to make sure that you're covered up and looking appropriate according to their new policy. The airline updated its contract for carriage, stating passengers won't be allowed to board or could get kicked off of their flights if they're wearing see-through clothing, have exposed breasts, buttocks, or other private parts. If there's lewd...
All right, okay. And this is what I'm talking about. And I want to go there because most of the flights most of the people that fly on Spirit, who are they? What's the race? Let's be real. Majority of people that fly rubber band airlines, Spirit Airlines, yeah, they're black people, Hispanic, people that don't make that much money. Why we fly Spirit? Because it's more economical and we can afford it. Let's be honest, right? Somebody said it in the comments up there. They said he's totally right because I was flying to Qatar and I got bumped up for a $75 upgrade. So they said that I was totally right. I know what I'm talking about. I fly a lot. If you guys play the game, you'll get bumped up, believe it or not. But if you acting crazy on Spirit, you're gonna get kicked out. So check this out. No see-through clothing, no exposed boobs, or they don't want to see your they don't want to see your butt. You can't be twerking, or other private parts. Lewd or obscene or offensive clothing and tattoos. Hey, what you mean about tattoos? I got a tattoo on my hand. Y'all gonna mess with me about the tattoo on my hand? What's going on with that? And the last one is you cannot be barefoot. I understand that, because what are you doing coming to the airport with no shoes on? Even slippers, you're going too far.
Obscene or offensive clothing or tattoos, or if the passengers show up barefoot. We spoke to some Spirit flyers about the company's decision.
There's just too many rules. Some people just trying to get to where they need to get to. I feel like you shouldn't put no rules on how people should, where they...
And look who talking. This is what I'm talking about. I'm calling my own people out, calling it as I see it. I told you, the majority of people that fly Spirit Airlines are colored, African American, Hispanic, and because it's affordable, right? And listen to how he talking. Look like a young little Flip. And you really ain't making no sense, dog, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish off. Let me go ahead and rewind it back. Go ahead.
About the company's decision.
There's just too many rules. Some people just trying to get to where they need to get to. I feel like you shouldn't put no rules on how people should wear their clothes.
Yes, you should. You're a kid, you're young, and you don't know what you're talking about. This is the problem nowadays. Y'all think you know what you're talking about, and you don't know your ass from your elbow. You need to fix your clothes. How about take that hood off since you inside the airport? And whatever you got around your face, what they call a shiesty, how about this man right here come and put you up against the wall because you look like you're there to do something that you ain't supposed to do. We play the game, you get the reward. One person can't change the way the wheel is going. I used to have braids down my back. Companies used to come to me all the time. Why don't you cut the braids? We'll do this, we'll do that. You get so much business. If you want to be in that game, you got to play the game the right way. You want to be good at that game, you got to play hard and then play strong in order to win. All of this, let people do. Let people do. That's why our world is the way that it is now. We have no standards. We need class. We need respect. We need pride and respect for ourselves first. That's what we're missing. That's what I think. let them wear what they want.
Like you shouldn't put no rules on how.
And look at his name, Rostaway J. Rostaway J. He out here spitting scripture, y'all. Listen to Rostaway.
People just trying to get to where they need to get to. I feel like you shouldn't put no rules on how people should wear their clothes, flying to the next destination.
That's bad because like you should wear whatever you want, even if you're not like okay with that. You don't have a say in what people wear.
They're the owners. I mean, they can do whatever they want. You
Exactly.
know, I mean, I'm a business owner as well, and I have certain rules as well in my business establishment, so they can do whatever they want.
We asked these Spirit customers if these changes will make them reconsider flying with the airline.
If they change more things, yeah, for sure.
But one thing is not going to make you reconsider flying with Spirit: the price. So yes, all of this sounds good until you go on the Delta and be like, whoa, 400 and what one way? American 200 and, you know what? On Spirit Air. Sounds a little bit more affordable. Let me get my clothes together. I'm going on Spirit.
Because why would you do that?
Just hearing that made me want to stay away from Spirit, for sure, for sure.
Told you. So hey, maybe it's working in their benefit. Maybe that's what Spirit's going for. Maybe Spirit's like, you know what? Let's price them out. Because I used to do it. I used to price people out. There's some people that when I used to like do business and like, let's say, contracting for that I really didn't want to do the business with. You know what I would do? A lot of times they'll be like, how much you going to charge me for this? If the normal price is $1,000, I say, oh, I'm only going to charge you $2,500. Whoa, you expensive, man. Like, why you charge so much? You know, well, I got a lot going on and I'm really good at it. The time that I put in, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, you know what? Well, you know, let me see if I can find somebody else to do it. Thank you anyway. Boop, and they're gone. And the bottom line of that is what? What did you really want? Didn't really want their business. Didn't really want to deal with them. So a lot of times, if you guys want to take that, price yourself out. When you don't want to do business with somebody that's getting on your nerves or somebody that's just keep on nitpicking, you fixing something and they keep on coming, looking over your back and you know how they are. The next time when they ask you to do something, triple the fee, quadruple the fee, not with the purpose of getting the money, but with the purpose of keeping your sanity so that you don't have to do that. Because guess what? All money ain't good money. And like I always tell you guys, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. Go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Get yourself some merch. Got some nice puff print hoodies over there, dope sweatsuits and stuff like that. Also got a lot of stuff that we're about to start doing in the video section. I'm about to start hitting the streets, about to go to Times Square. We're about to start doing in stores with the alcohol. We're about to start getting active. It's going to be a really good spring. It's going to be a really good spring. And I hope you guys are here to entertain and to be here with me because I love coming to do this in the morning. Love interacting with you guys. It's my energy and it uplifts me. I actually have to unwind and come down after I do the bottom line because of how much energy you guys give me in the morning. Hope you appreciate me the same way. And until tomorrow, like we always do and like I always say, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! 1.